understand. There's a fire that burns brightly inside you.
Chris Doheny, best known as the frontman of Geisha and the voice behind Australia's iconic football anthem More Than a Game, tragically passed away in a car accident in South Australia. Today, we revisit his life, his career, and the unseen legacy he left behind.
Call to arms. You must stand and face your fate.
Where did Chris Doheny's musical journey begin? He grew up in Melbourne, playing in local bands before forming Geisha in 1983. His early passion for melody and performance shaped the band's pop-rock sound.
The time has arrived to be the best that you can be.
What inspired Chris Doheny to become a musician? He was influenced by classic rock bands of the 60s and 70s. Growing up surrounded by music, he developed a love for songwriting and performance.
All doubts disappear, the spotlight awaits. It's more than a game.
What was the pivotal breakthrough for Geisha? Signing to EMI in 1984 and releasing their debut single, Fool's Way, brought national attention. Their 1985 self-titled album made Doheny's voice recognizable across Australia.
It's more than a game, all the fortune and fame.
How did Geisha's style stand out in the 1980s? They blended pop rock with new romantic influences, combining catchy hooks and dramatic stage presence, reflecting the spirit of the decade.
It's more than a game.
What challenges did he face in his career? Despite early success, Geisha struggled in a crowded 1980s music market and eventually disbanded in 1988. Doheny had to reinvent himself to continue. What was the significance of their television appearances? Performing on shows like Countdown gave Geisha vital exposure. These appearances brought Doheny's talent to homes nationwide and boosted their following. How did Chris adapt after Geisha disbanded? He turned to songwriting, collaborations, and session work, proving his resilience and versatility as an artist. What was his most widely known work beyond Geisha? His solo recording of More Than a Game became the theme song for the Footy Show in 1994, embedding his voice in Australian sporting culture for decades. Why is More Than a Game considered iconic? The song captured the spirit of Australian rules football, uniting fans and players alike. It became part of the nation's sporting identity. Did he contribute to other artists' success? Yes. He wrote songs that appeared on notable albums, including Daryl Braithwaite's Edge, and collaborated with emerging acts. What role did collaborations play in his career? Collaborations allowed Doheny to expand his influence across genres, helping shape the sound of other musicians and projects. What was his unseen impact? Beyond his own records, Doheny's songwriting, mentoring, and adaptability influenced a new generation of Australian musicians. How did he balance public fame with personal life? He kept much of his private life out of the spotlight, focusing on his music. Friends describe him as humble, grounded, and deeply dedicated. What can new musicians learn from Chris Doheny's story? His journey highlights the value of resilience, adaptability, and perseverance in an ever-changing industry. What were his recent projects before his passing? Geisha was preparing for their 40th anniversary celebrations, with new performances and recordings in the works. What was his lasting impact on Australian music? Doheny left behind 1980s pop-rock classics, an unforgettable football anthem, and countless hidden contributions as a songwriter. How will he be remembered? As the frontman of Geisha, the voice of a football anthem, a songwriter for others, and a humble artist whose influence continues to resonate. Finally, Chris Doheny's journey reminds us that legacy is not only built on chart success but also on persistence, reinvention, and unseen contributions. His music continues to echo, in songs, in collaborations, and in the memories of those who knew him. May his story inspire us all to look deeper, beyond the surface, and appreciate the hidden work that shapes every lasting legacy.